I'm Dave Froehlich. Thanks for watching this CrimeWatch YouTube exclusive, where we take a look back at recent crime stories that have been making headlines in our area and across the state. The driver of a big rig smashed into several parked cars in East Austin. Witnesses gave Fox 7 Austin video of the incident showing the commotion and damage. Fox 7 Austin's Rudy Koski finds that despite all of the damage, the truck driver was jailed only on a Class B misdemeanor for drunk driving.
The damage along East 9th Street and Embassy Drive could clearly be seen Monday morning. Dented sheet metal, broken tree limbs, and skid marks. Remnants from an eventful night for those who live here, like Will Lynch.
I woke up to a nightmare, I guess.
This video, recorded by Lynch, shows multiple vehicles that were smashed while parked on East 9th. It happened a little before midnight Sunday. Witnesses say this blue truck pulling a trailer caused all the damage. This East Austin street is a dead end, and apparently the driver was trying to get out of a jam.
He was backing up here, continuously hitting cars that just never stopped until the cops came in and just pulled him out of the car. So quite the way to wake up on a Sunday night. But yeah, it was just one of the crazier things I think I've ever seen.
Before being stopped, the truck hit up to 10 vehicles and briefly dragged a car down the street. Metal poles anchored with cement yanked out of the ground.
He knocked down like the dog receptacle stuff down there. I mean, when I was walking my dog earlier, the guys tried to fix it up. We're like, how'd this guy even get a license? It's like, well, clearly there was something else involved.
The driver is identified as Trevante Martez Shone Neville. This picture of Neville talking with police was taken by Ashley Williams from her condo.
I think all of APD was here. They didn't have him in handcuffs, but they walked him over here and were doing an obvious field sobriety test. They used one of the lines of the parking spaces over here. He definitely struggled with it.
Police charged Neville with drunk driving. They took him to jail and left behind incident report notifications for vehicle owners who are going to have a crushing start to their Monday morning.
Yeah, it's like, wow, I can't believe this is happening. But it's also just like, I don't know, we've got some crazy drivers and people do really ridiculous stuff around here.
It's Rudy Koski reporting. Bond for Neville was set at $5,000. This is not his first court case here in Travis County. Records show a month ago a family violence charge against him from last year was dismissed. Well, more details on the man University of Texas police say exposed himself, then touched a person at one of the buildings on campus. Fox 7 Austin's Amanda Ruiz has that story.
In the middle of the day at the Union Building on the University of Texas at Austin campus, UT Austin police say a man exposed himself and touched a victim.
It's very concerning.
Police are now looking for that man for indecent assault. He is believed to be around 40 to 50 years of age with salt and pepper hair. He was last seen wearing a maroon shirt, cream-colored pants, and a backpack.
People joke about, oh, this lewd behavior is just common. It's no big deal. It is a big deal. And when you don't hold people accountable for crime, then many times they're just reoffending.
Joelle McNew is with Safe Horns, a local organization aimed at making the area in and around UT safer for students. She says this isn't the first time she's heard of a case of indecent assault happening on campus and also on West Campus.
We need to hold criminals accountable. And we need to make sure that students and citizens are reporting and that they see a consequence and that they feel justified rather than immediately seeing someone released and right back on the street to reoffend.
She says Safe Horns has also opened a location for students in the heart of West Campus in the artist market called Safe Horns Place. She says it's a spot where they plan to host different events for students, including self-defense classes and education on situational awareness. Programs that McNew says they will be posting on Safe Horns social media pages. But on top of looking out for their own safety, McNew says it's important for students to help each other, especially if they see something suspicious.
We need our students to watch out for each other, call 911 when you see suspicious activity, behavior, and do it for someone else and watch out for each other.
Amanda Ruiz, Fox 7 Austin News.
Law enforcement agencies in multiple states are investigating what caused major 911 issues in several states, including Texas. Experts say it highlights the vulnerability of the 911 system. Fox 7 Austin's Meredith Aldis has more.
911 systems are extremely vulnerable.
And it was on display Wednesday night into Thursday morning when the 911 systems in multiple states went out. The FCC says they're investigating to, quote, get to the bottom of the cause and impact. The executive director of the National Association of State 911 Administrators says the outages in Texas, South Dakota, Nebraska, and Nevada may have been caused by a cut fiber when someone was installing a light pole. She says tornadoes in Ohio impacted their service, and Minnesota experienced a network outage.
It definitely appears that there were a number of things that happened all at once.
For Sioux Falls, South Dakota, this was a first.
We have never experienced an outage of this magnitude or duration.
But they were able to adapt.
We pivoted 911 calls to remaining phone lines. Metro Communications staff's expertise and ability to shift calls to our admin line and the availability of 911 texting provided the same dispatch services our first responders receive on any other day.
Experts say all cities should have backup plans, but ultimately, a cybersecurity expert says the entire system needs to be updated.
A 911, which is a life-threatening system, should have dual, connection to the internet. Should be vulnerable from ransomware attack, should be vulnerable from some cyber attacks. But unfortunately, it's not the way the system is right now. It's very vulnerable.
He says security is an issue.
You think about the things that can control our daily lives. I mean, you could shut down this country. We won World War II because we were an industrial country. Today, they could shut us down and we would be over.
The Austin Police Department says if an outage happened in Austin, 911 calls would be rerouted to San Antonio. Georgetown police continue investigating vandalism at Congressman John Carter's office. A picture posted to X on April 22nd shows the glass door at the office splashed in red paint, and you see the slogan "Free Gaza" on the sidewalk. This happened early in the morning. The congressman says his daughter told him about the vandalism. He didn't see it in person before it was cleaned up. In a post on X, Congressman Carter said his support for Israel is, quote, unwavering, and your intimidation won't work, end quote. The Anti-Defamation League also weighed in on the crime, saying these actions don't promote a solution.
Deface a building like that. Of course, I believe in swift and tough justice, so I hope they catch them.
So we just want to urge people to think about their own communities here at home and what these kinds of demonstrating behaviors do to other people when they see them. I mean, it's a really shocking image to see that kind of, blood spattering on somebody's door, regardless of whoever the elected official is.
The family of a 22-year-old homeless man shot to death by police in San Marcos wants body camera video of the incident to be released. This happened earlier this month outside of an HEB. Fox 7 Austin's CrimeWatch reporter Meredith Aldis has more.
This is not an outcome that anyone wants, including us.
San Marcos Police Chief Stan Sandridge says on Thursday, April 11th at around 9:30 at night, they received a call about a man threatening two people with two 8-inch kitchen knives. The victims say they were at the Snacks Max on East Hopkins Street, began walking home when a man started following them.
They stopped several times, hoping the suspect would continue walking. When he did not, that caused more fear.
He says they were near their home when
the suspect then pulled out two knives and threatened both of them.
Police say the victims were able to get inside their home and called 911. When officers responded, they found the suspect back at the convenience store.
Video footage shows the officer asking the suspect to place his hands behind his back. The suspect refuses and instead moves toward the officer.
Chief Standridge says the officer went outside and that's when the suspect ran. The officer tried to use a taser, but
neither probe connected, likely because both persons were in a fast sprint and the probes only go out 25 feet in distance.
The officer tried to use another taser, but it didn't work again. Chief Standridge says when the suspect started running with a knife towards people at the HEB on Thorpe Lane, the officer shot him. 22-year-old Malachi Williams was pronounced dead at a nearby hospital. Family members of Williams taking to social media to ask the city and police department to release the body camera footage and the name of the officer who killed Williams.
I'm going to attempt to answer some of those questions. I conclude with sincere condolences to the Malachi Williams family.
3 concurrent investigations are happening by the Texas Rangers, San Marcos Police Criminal Investigations Division, and San Marcos Police Internal Affairs. Meanwhile, Williams' mother says in this statement, quote, he participated in helping the unhoused before he chose to live outside himself. He just loved to be outside. And he stood up against police brutality in 2020, the very thing that got him killed. I was getting ready to take him to a psychiatrist and a beautiful new home in a new town in May. He was about to start a new life, end quote. Authorities in Lee County are warning residents about recent car break-ins. Friday morning, deputies went to check out 5 different break-in calls before 10 a.m. These incidents happened on FM 448 and 696, as well as County Roads 107, 309, and 415. If you have any information, you're asked to please call the Lee County Sheriff's Office. A man is fighting for justice. His mother was murdered 10 years ago in Austin, and her killer still has not been arrested. Fox 7 Austin's Meredith Aldis has more on the death of Grace Chin.
I would never have the chance to share my life with her.
Jackie Chin's mother, Xiaojia Chin, also known as Grace, was killed 10 years ago. It was February 2014. Jackie had just spent a week with his mother in San Francisco.
I just couldn't believe that just 2 days after the last time I'd seen her in the airport, I will never be able to see her again.
On the 19th, he received a phone call from his friend that his mother wasn't okay. Grace Chin was found dead in the middle of the day on the 2nd floor of this shopping complex. She was in a private bathroom accessible only to people who had a key, and the door was locked at the time. She was near the Chinese language school she had opened up in Northwest Austin.
She's really passionate about, sharing what she knows about the Chinese arts and language and the culture with the people who are not from the Chinese community.
She was prominent in Austin's Asian American community, adored by her students.
People remember her generosity.
And community members wondered, how could this happen to her?
It was such a shock to everybody.
There's no way for us to bring her back, right? The only thing we can do is find out what happened.
And they want to know who did it.
It's still a mystery to us.
The killer has not been arrested yet.
It's such a burden for this person to carry it 10 years. Maybe it's time to just come forward.
So there's closure and justice.
Hopefully that will ease the pain for me and for everyone who care about her.
She's not forgotten. No way.
The Austin Police Department says there isn't an update to this case at this time. If you have any information that could help, contact APD. Meredith Aldis, Fox 7 Austin Crime Watch.
Finally, investigators have connected 2 recent cases involving fake butt injections near Houston. Harris County prosecutors confirmed 43-year-old Dustin Moore and 2 women are the subjects of a federal investigation into the smuggling of illegal substances for cosmetic use. Fox's Jade Fleury has this story.
43-year-old Dustin David Moore appearing in front of a district court judge for the first time on Friday. Moore, also known as Mr. Injector 1 on social media, accused of giving his clients fake butt and face injections.
These are not approved by the FDA in any way, shape, or form for use in the human body.
One client even becoming hospitalized from the injections.
The defendant then injected her with an unknown substance that we don't know what it is, that she became very ill, gravely ill, ultimately over a series of days.
Texas Medical Board records show Moore was already told to stop performing as an injector without a license.
In both 2020 and in 2021, we did send him not only a cease and desist order, but we also referred it to law enforcement.
Fox 26 stopped by Moore's house to ask questions, but no answer. This comes as two other women, 56-year-old Consuelo Delbo and her 18-year-old daughter Isabella Delbo, were arrested just weeks ago for similar charges. Prosecutors say both arrests are part of a federal investigation.
The allegations in this case stem out of a federal investigation of substances that are being imported or smuggled into the United States illegally.
Authorities warn against pretending to practice medicine without a license.
There are folks who are posing as physicians, and obviously that is something that is extremely dangerous. In fact, it's a third-degree felony.
Well, we appreciate you watching the Fox 7 Austin Crime Watch YouTube exclusive. Our Crime Watch stories run each Monday on Fox 7 Austin News at 9. If you miss them, you can watch them anytime on our new Fox Local Connected TV app, which is free to download, and you can watch on multiple platforms like Roku and Apple TV. Just scroll down from the live player and look for the Crime Watch section. For more on the stories highlighted in this episode, you can head to our website, fox7austin.com, and don't forget to subscribe to the Fox 7 Austin YouTube channel.